comment is asking whether a political leader today could rule effectively by following Machiavelli's principles. And the first thing to know here is that Machiavelli was not only a theorist of instrumental rule or tyranny, or operating outside of ethics and morals, but was first and foremost a theorist of change and changing circumstances. And this is really the reason that he emphasizes the idea that there are no first principles that are not changeable depending upon the circumstances. You can look today at Donald Trump's invocation of a state of emergency over the border wall and him declaring the immigration situation as an emergency. As an example of Machiavellianism, although it actually doesn't quite fit the principles, Machiavelli's principles, because it's highly debatable whether there actually is an immigration emergency to the degree that he is suggesting, and the distance between what the ground rules are for declaring a state of emergency, which requires that there is a sudden change of some kind, and in order for it to be justified, and it's questionable whether there's been a sudden influx of migrants into the United States compared to, say, a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago. So if there hasn't been, then that's not really there, and it's also not exactly Machiavelli's argument either, because in his advice to the prince, Machiavelli was really emphasizing primarily that we can't predict what's going to happen in the political world, and as circumstances change, as new events unfold, new political possibilities open up, and more importantly for Machiavelli, new political necessities open up. And so it's for that reason, centrally, that he emphasizes the need to be open to multiple ways of engaging the political, and not only standing by kind of firm, unchangeable moral principles, but being open to additional possibilities that go beyond the scope of what is usually considered acceptable. However, yeah, like I said, I don't think that by any means he was suggesting that that one should just invent an emergency. Primarily, he's talking about actual circumstances changing, such as, for example, climate change might be something that you could demonstrate has significantly intensified in the last decade compared to, say, larger numbers of immigrants, which have stayed fairly steady as far as most studies show. And so just to relate this to Nietzsche a little bit, Nietzsche is often considered in a similar way to Machiavelli, and that also misses, just as it does with Machiavelli, it also misses the central metaphysical commitments that Nietzsche holds, which is essentially a philosophy of becoming, change, transformation. These thematics are absolutely central to Machiavelli and also absolutely central to Nietzsche. And they are the basis upon which all of the more widely known aspects of these thinkers derive.